Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Monday, November 12, 2012. This is Texan TV News from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. I am Jordan Simons. In today's headlines, Military Appreciation Game, Veteran Day ceremonies, natural gas-fueled electronic power generator, the Indianapolis house explosions, Israel drawn into Syria fighting for the first time. Now today's top story. In campus news, Tarleton had its Military Appreciation Game and the last tailgate for the football season Saturday. Organizations took the opportunity to help raise money for different causes. Kappa Delta fraternity sold military t-shirts for $10 with proceeds going towards the Veterans Association. Sorority Pi U sold $1 paper balloons to cover the letters and benefit for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. On display at the tailgate were military vehicles from Fort Hood. Football players wore camouflage jerseys in honor of the military. During the halftime show, Tarleton's dance team, the Texan Stars, dedicated their performance to the military. The Sound and Fury, Tarleton's marching band, dedicated their performance also to the military and veterans. Units from Fort Hood, as well as Fort Worth Naval Air Station, were honored on the field as well. In Stephenville news, according to the Empire Tribune, Saturday morning, Friends of the National Servicemen and Women met at the Erath County Courthouse for Veterans Day celebration to hear guest speaker Lieutenant Colonel Jason Vrans as a decorated veteran of the U.S. Army. Vrans, now a professor of military science at Tarleton. In his address, Vrans discussed what he believes is important for civilians to keep in mind about veterans. He hopes people will remember what things would allow us to understand what veterans do for this nation and people of the community can do to help. The first was a reminder that all soldiers live by the belief that once a soldier, always a soldier, demonstrating a sense of loyalty and service to the nation. Second, Vrans spoke of the commitment required of the military to foster the long success of the soldiers and their families by providing resources for education, employment opportunities, and health care. Finally said that military cannot provide for the essentials alone. Civilians must help too. Supporting our veterans requires a team approach, said Vrans. He said he's just not quoting a joint effort. Branches that government and communities are needed to achieve that goal. James Shiner, a U.S. Navy veteran of 11 years, explained the importance of honoring veterans, those who have fallen and those who continue to serve. Now today's Texas, national, and international news from the Associated Press. In state news from the Associated Press, Panda Power Funds, a power plant that is being built in Sherman, started construction on a 758-megawatt natural gas-fueled electric generating plant in Sherman, Texas. The new plant will produce electricity for about 750,000 North Texan homes by late 2014. The Panda Power Fund is contributing $1.7 billion in economic development and will create up to 800 construction jobs. This project is one of the first quick start plants, meaning that they can reach their full output within minutes and are used to stabilize electricity output generated by wind plants. In national news, according to the Associated Press, splintered beams and boards and pieces of charred earth were all that remained Sunday, where at least 2 Indianapolis homes were leveled in a blast that killed 2 people and rendered homes for blocks uninhabitable. A black hole raged through the rumble in the middle-class subdivision of clusters of firefighters, rescue workers, were weary from a long, chaotic day that began late the night before for their next assignment. The 2-story brick-faced home on either side of the demolished by the blast were in ruins. The home's roof was gone, a blackened husk left behind. The other side of the gap, the side of the home that was sheared off across the street, garage doors have buckled from the heat. It wasn't yet clear what caused the blast that shook the neighborhood at 11 p.m. Saturday. Residents described hearing a loud boom that blew out windows and collapsed ceilings. Some thought a plane had crashed or there was an earthquake. In international news, the AP reports that Israel was drawn into the fighting in neighborhood Syria for the first time Sunday. Warning shots were across the border after Iran mortar shell landed near an Israel military installation in the Golan Heights. While Israel appeared eager to calm the situation, its response was a potent reminder of how easily this Syrian civil war, already spilling across borders with Turkey, Lebanon, and Jordan, could explode into wider regional confrontation. Israel officials threatened even tougher relations if attack persisted. They feared that the instability of Syria over the past 19 months could spill across the border into Israel, partly as President Bashar al-Assad's grip on power grows increasingly precarious. Israel had little love for Assad, those who provide refuge and support to Israel's bitterest enemies throughout the years. But the Syrian leader and his father before him have kept the frontier quiet for nearly 4 decades, providing a rare source of stability in the violent region. In sport news, Saturday, Tarleton wrapped up the regular season with a 54-37 victory over Angelo State at Tarleton Memorial Stadium. The Texans racked up the season with a high of 580 yards of total offense and have won the 11th straight time over the Rams, reclaiming the all-time series lead since 1968. Tarleton now leads the all-time series 15-14 following Saturday's win. Today's weather is sunny with a high of 56 and a northeast wind near 5 miles per hour. Today's broadcast was produced by Keanu Perez, Becca Escobar, and Ryan Mishu. You can follow us on ustream.tv/user/Texan News Service. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan on Texan TV News on Facebook. I'm Jordan Simons. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.